If you want to improve your trading profits and also to increase your win rate, there is one thing which you need. There is one tool which you need to master, and that is a pillar. Learn to pill your position. All professional traders use some sort of a pilling method. Most of the highly profitable professional traders, they use pilling. What is pilling? Pilling is when you enter a position, whether it is a long position or a short position. After your entry, as the position moves in your favor, you start taking up part of the position. So if you bought say 100,000 shares or you bought 1,000 shares of a position and the position goes in your favor, you sell 250, you sell another 250, you sell another 250, and then you keep the remaining 250 with either a break-even stop or a slightly higher than break-even spot. Now this is a very common technique which is used by almost all the professional traders I know who are highly profitable. And there are variations of it. Some use a straight pilling kind of an approach, which is like they pill 50% of the position, keep 50% of the position. Some people have more evolved and more advanced pilling techniques. So in the more advanced pilling techniques, they might pill 70% and keep 30%. Somebody like me personally, I take a larger position to begin with and pill 80% and then keep 20%. Now the remaining 20% which I am keeping is equivalent to the kind of positions which I normally used to take in a swing trade. Now in order to understand this, let's go and look at one example of this, and this will give you a better idea. So let's look at the screen, and when you look at the screen, what you'll see is that say this is Squat Miracle Grow, and this is where you shorted it, right? And the stock has moved in your favor. So you might feel some portion, 50% here, right? You might feel 75%. And so if you have peeled out of 1,000 shares which you shorted, by this time, the stock is already down 8%, right? Or 9%, 8 or 9%. So you already peeled 75%. And on remaining 25%, then you move your stop very close, maybe half of this candle or just little bit above this particular thing. Now what is happening is that because you locked in profit, in case this stocks makes a move like this, what is going to happen is you're not going to lose money. Now one of the problems what many beginner traders have is that they're just waiting and holding their position and waiting for it to come and hit their stop. So what happens, and this might be true of many of you, is that many times you get into a position, it goes up 8-10%, you're hoping for a 20, 40, 50, 100, 300, 500 kind of returns, and what happens is that position starts coming down and you just are sitting there and you let that position come and hit your stop, and as a result your winning rate is going to be very low. When you incorporate pilling into your this thing, right, what is going to happen is you're going to improve your win rate. A lot of trades which go up don't have a follow through, but they have 2 days, 3 days follow through, and after that they fail. So using pilling as a technique is a very common approach which many professional traders have learned the hard way. The way you learn this is because you see so many times that your trade takes off for a few days, or sometimes it takes off for and it just takes off after in the morning you buy it and it just goes 10-20%, and if you don't then peel off your position, by the end of the day it might end up giving up all the gains. So this is a technique which is very common and I highly recommend. So always look at a situation where you are going to pill. We can look at another example of this on the long side. If you're looking at say Costco, which had a bounce here, right, and you bought a Costco as a possible reversal bounce here, and the stock is already up for a large high price stock. The stock is already up $29 now here. So a professional trader will peel off 75% of his position here, or somebody like me would peel off 80% of his position and keep 20% with a close stop. Now what is the advantage of this, and this is very important to understand the advantage of doing something like this, is that the remaining 25% or 20% of your trade is now free, because what you've done is you've taken 75% of your position off at a profit, because you've taken it off at a profit. and you moved your stop to either break even or break even plus, now you are just going to be free rolling the remaining 25%. Now this over multiple trades you do in a year, if you're doing 300, 400 trades in a year as a swing trader, and if you do the mathematics, those small gains or those small places where like you would have had a stock go up $25, and you hit your stop, if you can get those compound those gains of 5, 6, 7, 8%, it becomes a big amount. So peeling a position is an art. Different people, different traders have different ways of doing it. Even intraday day traders also do this. And some people peel 50% position, keep 50% position. Some peel 75%, keep 25%. The mathematics of it is what you need to really look at depending on your trades, because at the 50% and 50% keeping kind of a ratio, you still have a probability that your stock will end up with a loss. If you take higher portion of your position out, like you take 75% of your position out and keep 25%, then what happens is that the maths works in your favor. And as you get good at it, and if you have a very successful setup and which you are good at it, then peeling allows you to increase your size. So in my case, because I have operated a very high win rate kind of a system, or because I'm operating 3 to 5 days, what I do is I take a larger position than what I used to take earlier. I take a larger position, and then I peel it immediately for 7%, 8%. Sometimes same day the stock goes up 8 or 9%. I'll show you another example of this. So like Mosaic is a stock which I entered this day. In the first 2 minutes I entered. Now immediately the stock went up that day itself 8, 9%. So I took out 80% of my position on a profit, because I am operating in a quadrant where I look for 8 to 20% profit in 3 to 5 days. So it makes 8% in just one day. So I take out 80%, I keep remaining 20% position with a close stop, and I got stopped out on this day when it started reversing. Now this kind of approach helps you do two things. First, it is going to improve your win rate. Second, it is going to give you much higher profitability, because those small 8%, 9%, 10% gains where the stock went in your favor, but then you allowed it to come back, those will add up. And third benefit is that mentally, it's very easy on your mentality that when you get into a trade and it works and you take the money out and you're free rolling rest of the position. So this is the approach which I know, and if you study also successful traders anywhere, you will see that they use very successfully. And if you're a beginner and if you're not aware of using peeling, I suggest that you buy a peeler and put it on your trading desk to remind you, and make this peeling part of your every trade. If you can apply peeling technique to every trade, you'll come back and say that, look, it has improved your win rate, it has improved your profitability, and more than that, it has improved your mindset. So go get yourself a peeler.